I moved to Canada thinking it might be easier because I'm American. I honestly thought maybe there's some sort of neighbor discount when it came to immigration. Like, we speak the same language, we watch the same shows, our economies are tied at the hip. Surely you could just drive north and start working. I think a lot of Americans think this. But spoiler alert, there isn't a discount. In fact, in some ways, it's actually harder for Americans to move here than it is for people from the UK or Australia. I wasted a full year, an entire year of my life, trying to navigate the permanent residency system from abroad. I was calculating points, taking language tests I didn't really need, and getting absolutely nowhere. I felt stuck. I felt like I had failed before I even started. But then I found the back door. Actually, the legitimate side door that makes moving here possible for Americans who don't have a master's degree and a corporate transfer. If you're an American romanticizing a move to Canada, or if you're just tired of the hustle until you die culture and you're curious about a different operating system for your life, you should know about this. This is what my first year of struggle taught me, so you don't have to figure it out the hard way. Hi, everyone. If you're new here, I'm Genevieve. I'm an American who moved to Toronto, and on this channel, we explored building a life that aligns with your values, exploring Toronto, and making all of your dreams a real possibility. We're going to talk about the immigration wall that most Americans hit and how to climb over it. This is the part where you need to take notes because this is where I got stuck for over a year. There's this huge misconception that being American makes moving to Canada easy. Truly, my first lesson in dismantling American exceptionalism. People assume, oh, we're neighbors, basically cousins. We speak the same language. Surely I can just move there. No, you cannot. In fact, in many ways, it's harder for Americans to move here than people from the UK, Australia, or France. Why? Because of how reciprocal treaties work. Stay with me now. Most Commonwealth citizens can apply for what is called the IEC Working Holiday Visa directly. They just put their name in a pool, get picked, and boom, open work permit for 2 years. Americans, we do not get that direct access. If you are an American, you cannot just apply for the IEC Working Holiday Program on your own. You are blocked from the pool. I did not know this. I spent months looking at the point system for permanent residency, express entry, and here's the hard truth about express entry. Unless you have a master's degree, are under 30, speak fluent French, or have a valid job offer, often combination of multiple of these opportunities, and the job offer is nearly impossible to get from abroad, you probably don't have enough points. Maybe a few years ago you did, but definitely not now. I calculated my score over and over and over again, and I always fell short. I felt stuck. I felt like I had failed before I even started. I wasted so much time trying to force a door that was locked when there was a side window this entire time. That side window is the IEC program via a recognized organization. So what is the IEC? IEC stands for International Experience Canada. Think of it like study abroad without the studying. It's a program designed for young people, 18 to 35, to come to Canada, travel, and work. The golden ticket here is that it grants you something incredible, an open work permit. This is crucial. Most work permits in Canada are closed, meaning they are tied to one specific role and one specific boss. If you quit or get fired, you have to leave the country. An open work permit means you can work for anyone, anywhere, for almost any wage. You can work at a coffee shop, you can work at a marketing agency, you can freelance. You get a social insurance number, which is the Canadian equivalent of a social security number. This is the holy grail. But as I mentioned, Americans cannot apply directly. This is where the recognized organization, or RO, comes in. An RO is a nonprofit organization that has a special agreement with the Canadian government. They basically just act as a sponsor for you. Organizations like Swap Working Holidays and Go International have a specific quota of spots for Americans each year. You pay them a fee in the $1,000 range. Prices are ever increasing, and they sponsor you into the IEC pool. This allows you to bypass the restriction on Americans. Through an RO, you can get an open work permit for 1 year, and sometimes you can repeat it for a second. This is the bridge. This is how you get your foot in the door and your feet in the sand, or snow usually. You use the IEC to get into the country legally. You use that year to work, gain Canadian experience, and network. And then that experience gives you extra points to apply for permanent residency later. It's a strategy. It's not just a trip. Moving to Canada via the IEC and RO was the best decision I ever made, but it wasn't the easiest path to find. I didn't move here because I hated America. I moved here because I wanted a life that felt sustainable. There are struggles here just like anywhere else, but for me, it feels aligned. And if you've been feeling that pull, that sense that maybe you're in the wrong system, listen to it. Don't figure it out the hard way like I did. Look into the RO programs, do your research, and stop chasing metrics you can't control. Set small, achievable goals, like just researching swap or checking the IEC opening dates. If you're thinking about moving here, ask me your questions down below in the comments. I'll tell you the real stuff, not the highlight reel. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe so we can keep building this community of people designing their dream lives in Toronto, in Canada, and beyond. Love you guys. See you in the next one.